Right now, SEO feels chaotic. If you've been watching your rankings over the last month, you've probably noticed something weird happening. Pages jumping up, then dropping, then bouncing back again a few days later. That's because SERP volatility has been unusually high recently. We're seeing it across multiple industries, not just competitive spaces like gaming or finance, but even fairly normal niches. And what's interesting is that this volatility isn't random. There are clear patterns starting to emerge in what Google is rewarding right now. So in this video, I want to break down what we're actually seeing working in March 2026, what we've been doing for our own clients that are moving rankings, and what Google seems to be prioritizing in the algorithm right now. Not theory, actual observations from sites we're actively working on. One of the biggest themes of 2025 rolling into 2026 has been algorithm instability. Traffic tools have been lighting up constantly, but the mistake a lot of SEOs make when volatility happens is assuming Google is broken, but usually it's the opposite. Volatility usually means Google is testing new signals. And right now, it looks like they are doing three things simultaneously. First, tightening quality signals on content. Second, re-evaluating link trust and authority signals. And third, this is a big one, better understanding page intent. What this means is it's not just about ranking for a keyword anymore. Google is trying much harder to understand why someone is searching, what they actually want, and which page solves that problem fastest. That's been a huge factor in the ranking shifts recently. So what have we been actually doing for clients that is working? There are three things that have consistently moved rankings over the last month. And interestingly, they're not flashy tactics. They're fundamentals, but executed properly. The first is intent alignment. We've seen pages jump up multiple positions simply by adjusting the structure of the content to match what users actually want. For example, if someone searches best accounting software for small businesses, they don't want a 3,000 word essay. They want a comparison, pricing clarity, pros and cons, and quick answers. Pages that solve the query quickly are performing better than pages that just try to be long. The second thing that's working really well is internal linking architecture. This is massively underrated. We've had cases where simply restructuring internal links across the site, making sure authority flows properly between pages, resulted in noticeable ranking improvements within weeks, not months. Google clearly relies heavily on internal structure to understand site importance. And the third thing that's performing extremely well right now is topical depth, not keyword stuffing and not AI content spam, but clear topic coverage. When Google sees supporting articles, guides, related questions, internal links connecting them, it becomes much easier for them to trust that site on a topic. And that trust right now matters more than ever. This is actually one of the things we look at first when people send us their sites. A lot of businesses think they have an SEO problem, when in reality, they have a structure problem. Pages are competing with each other. The important pages are buried, or internal links that don't reinforce authority properly. If you're curious about your own site, you can always send it through serphelper.com. We frequently give free SEO advice and quick audits there. Sometimes it's a simple fix that can make a huge difference. Looking at hundreds of pages across multiple industries, a few signals are becoming pretty obvious. The first is credibility. Google is putting far more weight on whether a page looks trustworthy. Things like clear authorship, real brand presence, good site structure, strong internal linking, consistent topic coverage. These signals help determine if a site actually is an authority on something. Thin sites with random articles are struggling. Sites with clear topical focus are doing better. The second big signal is engagement quality. Now, Google doesn't directly measure things like bounce rate in the way people think, but they absolutely measure user satisfaction signals. If users consistently return to search results and choose another result, that's a problem. Pages that solve the query properly are sticking, and those are the pages holding rankings through volatility. The third signal, and this one is most important, is site efficiency. We're not just talking about page speed, but crawl efficiency, index clarity, clean architecture, and logical page hierarchy. Google doesn't want to waste crawl resources. Sites that make it easy for Google to understand what matters most tend to perform much better. Now, we have to talk about AI content because it is everywhere, and this has created a huge divide in SEO. On one side, you have mass AI content farms, thousands of articles with minimal editing and no real value. Those sites right now are becoming increasingly unstable in rankings. But on the other side, when AI is used properly, it's incredibly powerful. We use AI constantly, but it's used as an assistant. Research support, content drafting, data analysis. The difference is human editing and intent alignment. AI alone does not understand nuance. Humans do. The best results right now are coming from human-led AI-assisted SEO. If you're trying to grow your organic traffic in March 2026, here are the priorities that I would focus on. First, build topical authority instead of random content. Own a subject properly. Don't scatter your content. Second, fix internal linking. This is one of the fastest ranking levers that most websites completely ignore. Third, write pages that solve the query faster than competitors. Not longer, just better, clearer, and more useful. And fourth, stop obsessing over algorithms. Most ranking issues are not algorithm problems. They're execution problems. When the fundamentals are strong, algorithm updates usually help rather than hurt. If you're unsure where your site stands right now or why rankings have been even moving recently, you can always send your site through SERPhelper.com. We run opportunity audits where we look at things like technical structure, internal authority flow, ranking opportunities, and quick wins that most sites miss. Sometimes it's something small that unlocks growth. Other times it's a bigger roadmap. But either way, you'll usually walk away with something useful. SEO in 2026 isn't dead, it's just evolving. Google is getting way better at identifying genuine authority, helpful content, and well-structured websites. The sites that win are the ones that combine good strategy with consistent execution. And honestly, that's always been the real game. If you found this useful, let me know what you're seeing in your own rankings recently, because the SERPs right now are definitely interesting.